Hello and welcome, friends and spiritual travelers. This is Mr. Gal. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We have another pick a card reading for you today. Today's theme is what makes you shine as an individual. So what is it about you that's unique and that people tend to love about you that radiates so brightly? It may be certain experiences that you've been through that have developed a softer aspect about yourself. Also potentially some talents that you have that people can obviously recognize and respect about you. So it's going to be a fun reading, I think. I look forward to this one. We have 4 piles for you to choose from today. We have pile number 1 here, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. But I'm going to get a place marker from some runes that I have, so bear with me. Pile 1, this is your rune. Pile 2, this is your rune. Pile 3, this is your rune. You can see my reflection in the background there. And pile 4, this is your rune. I'll take the top one just there. Ooh. So those are your runes, or your place markers. Please use your intuition to choose a pile. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind for someone else. Thank you all for watching my videos and for supporting me. I really appreciate your love and support. And let's move on to pile number 1 to find out what makes you shine, what stands out about you. Hello, pile 1. You have the rune of answers, which sounds like the word answers, and quite appropriately, it's actually associated with ancestral wisdom or coming up with the answers to certain, I guess, questions that you have in your life. There's a very strong element of inner wisdom from this group, or ancestral wisdom that's passed down from generation to generation. It also is associated with like the written word, like symbols and signals. So I definitely get a very sort of academic and intelligent vibe from this rune. But I think it's most definitely associated with being able to tap into that ancestral wisdom, what's been passed down from you to generation and generation, so you can better your life. So good for you, pile 1. We'll find out how that associates with what makes you shine as an individual when we get into your oracle cards, which we're going to start with right now. Your first card is the initiation. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay. Lovely. Oh, you have the card of presence, number 44, awareness, attention, reality, and connection. Interesting. I'll take that one first. You have the card of Treasure Island, number 9, beautiful. And your 2 Moonology cards, we'll move you back a little bit. You have the new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. Okay. And your final card, it's the new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Beautiful. Okay. Wow, this is really lovely. This is a really lovely spread for you, pile 1. What I can definitely see from these cards is a group that is incredibly determined to achieve the things that you want in your life. You are very, very driven as an individual. You have the ability to stay in the moment with the presence card here and really pay attention to the things that you need to do in that moment that you're in to actually progress you forward to achieving the goals that you want from life. But it hasn't always been easy for you, I can see too, with the initiation card here on the rite of passage. Crossing the threshold, you can see The rite of passage here is walking along this dark and gloomy path in, I guess, what looks like a darkened cave with the storm crashing down above you and snakes on the side here, leading towards this beautiful opening where things just become so much brighter and more enjoyable, I think. And that suggested to me that you haven't always had it easy on your path to achieving amazing things. And I sense that you have already achieved amazing things in your life, Power One, or you're definitely on the way to doing so. You've had it rough, right? It's been a little bit of a crash course in actually having to overcome your own demons and battles. And I think what you've managed to do is to always stay true to yourself and believe that if you follow your dreams and your desires, that if you work hard towards it, it will eventually manifest in your reality and you can create the life that you want. And I think that's really amazing. This is definitely a group that has the ability to not give up when certain challenges present in your life. That, in a way, I think, with the new moon and Libra card here, balance and just trusting that like karma will serve you well. I think maybe you kind of see challenges as, well, I guess as a rite of passage in a sense to actually seeing if you can achieve the things that you want. You look at challenges as an opportunity for growth and I guess as a way to deserve the things that you manage to achieve when you actually overcome those challenges that present in your life. And I think that's really, really commendable because not a lot of people out there are able to just continue to pick themselves up when things get tough and rough in their life. And this is a group that has a very strong, like optimistic outlook on life, I think. You tend to see the glass as always half full. If something goes wrong, you see or you assess the situation from a different perspective and try to see what the blessings are from that issue, or to see how you can maybe change your approach to something so that you can get a better outcome from it. A very, very optimistic and determined individual or group is what I see from these cards, absolutely. But what I mentioned earlier is that you've actually managed to achieve amazing things. And I kind of get the vibe from you, Pile One, that it almost felt as if it happened overnight in a way, even though I can see here with the initiation card that you have had your ups and downs in life and you've persevered and really pushed beyond the struggles. You've wanted to expand beyond your own limitations and continue to grow. But I think it was kind of like the balance in a way too, the scales, I should say. Things were so hard for you for so long, but all of a sudden, all of that hard work, determination, perseverance kind of just tipped the scales to the other side. And it's as if I think maybe you've had a moment in life with the expect powerful change here, where things just turned around and all of those things that you were working on started to fall into place for you. And you've managed to achieve the things you've always wanted. And it just lights me up just saying that, because I can see here that it wasn't always easy, but you've always managed to stick with it, stay true to yourself, stay positive, and just keep going. Do the things that you need to do to make things happen and to get closer to the things that you want from your life. And I think if you haven't achieved this thing now, you're about to walk through this gateway, this portal into a better reality, a better life. And the Treasure Island card here indicates that you're going to have so much to be grateful for. Like, your life is going to be really abundant in terms of like having everything that you've ever dreamed and desired. You know, you've got love, you've got hope, you've got divinity, you've got financial abundance, and you're just in the flow, you know, just enjoying everything that you've managed to create in your own reality. And I think that what makes you shine, not only I think something that you may be aware of yourself, but is other people see you as a group that is very, very doggedly determined and just knows what you want. There's a real strong sense of confidence and self-assurity. I always get that wrong. Self-assurance, anyway, I just made up another word. There's a strong sense of like confidence and self-assurance with you, Power One. You don't doubt yourself, and or even if you do doubt yourself, you manage to persevere until it happens for you anyway. And I think you're able to like show people that, I guess, what the benefits of just belief and determination and hard work can achieve in life. So good for you. Once again, too, with the new moon in Libra card here, a new romantic cycle begins. It kind of reminds me of a powerful change where things just started to create. Like, you went from really, really being in the dark and struggling through, always believing that things will get better and get better eventually, right? To suddenly the scales flipping and now you have everything you've ever wanted. Like, it's as if a light was switched on and your life became so much brighter and easier. And potentially also too, with the presence card, this does remind me about like staying in the moment and actually seeing signs and signals and symbols, right, around you that maybe are giving you messages or guidance on what you need to do in a certain moment to actually get closer to achieving those goals. So with ancestors here and ancestral wisdom, tapping into that inner wisdom within, so that you can make the right decision at the right time. If you've come to a crossroad, you may take some time out to actually assess on your own what's best for you. I'm also really drawn to all of the purple in these cards too. The purple and the mauve here in the New Moon and Libra, the presence card, very, very similar colors. Also in the halo around the New Moon eclipse here, and also too in the initiation card, walking into the cave, like walking into that opening of a new beginning. Purple related to, I guess, the crown chakra really indicates to me that you do receive a lot of guidance from your spirit guides or your guardian angels, power one. I think you really trust in that guidance and you allow it to push you forward. So a group that is staunchly a true believer in spiritual guidance and wisdom, or at least in your own abilities too. So once again, a group that I just see having a lot of self-confidence and inner belief, and just knowing that it hard work and perseverance will lead you towards your goals. So that's what I see really makes you shine and stand out, power one. That's what people love about you. They see a really doggedly determined individual that's probably already achieved a lot. So good for you. Moving on from that, let's get some further messages about what makes you shine from the tarot. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, from pile number one? I just want to reiterate too, right, that it hasn't always been easy for you with the clouds and the thunder and lightning like crashing down on you for many, many years, I assume. I do sense that you've probably been through ups and downs, but I really, really commend you, pile one, on just like always believing. I'm getting a strong essence of like the strength card in tarot, actually, of like having to draw upon that resilience and that inner strength to be able to overcome challenges, and so that you can actually get to where I think you are right now, you know, shining bright and having achieved so much in your own right already. Any further messages, please, for pile number one? A very doggedly determined and confident individual who's managed to master their own sort of self-doubts and You had the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, that really goes well with the Treasure Island card, which does indicate to me that once again you have achieved a lot, or you're on the way to achieving a lot in your life. The Queen of Pentacles is like almost the most abundant of all of the tarot cards, really, up there with the King of Pentacles and I suppose the Empress. She's got so much wealth and is so happy with her life and what she's managed to achieve that she likes to try and share that with other people that are most dear to her and really help out those in need. So I sense also that you're a very sort of loving and giving individual too, with the New Moon and Libra here. There's a strong sense of like, I guess all of the ups and downs that you've been through have really sort of softened you as an individual and made you see that, like, you know, that we all need to be commended on overcoming our own struggles. So you, I get a strong sense of like empathy for those that are probably going through hardships too, because you've been there, I think, pile one, and you've managed to overcome it. Ooh, okay. You have the Ten of Swords that jumped out too. And you also have the Three of Swords, right? Which really does indicate to me that you've had some battles in your life, right? With the Ten of Swords and Three of Swords, these are very, very hard cards that indicate grief, hardship. Maybe you had to start again at some point. There may have been a point in your life where everything failed and you had a tower moment and you had to rebuild your life from scratch. But I think you're kind of grateful for those experiences now. I am sensing a strong sense of like gratitude for potentially the things that you have been through, because in a way, they've shown you what it is that you need to do to get it right. And they've sort of like softened your energy so that you can actually like, I don't know, I just sense that maybe this group has a really, really strong sense of empathy for other people that maybe have gone through challenges. The Queen of Pentacles is a very, very compassionate archetype that just wants to help people out that are going through it, you know. And with the Treasure Island card here, I think maybe not only do you have the ability to help people out in need, because I sense that you're doing reasonably quite well for yourself, or you're on the way to doing that anyway, but because you've got so much to give now, I just sense that maybe you want to be able to share that with other people. And with the Three of Swords, with the rain crashing down here in the background, along with the dark clouds, the gloomy clouds, really reminds me of the initiation card here. I think I kind of almost sense that maybe the things that you went through, potentially in your earlier life, or that maybe you're going through now, but I think maybe you're starting to overcome, you're getting close to overcome pile one. We're almost destined to occur so that you can really appreciate what it is that you're going to have to live and be grateful for in your future. It's that dichotomy, like this, the balance again with the scales here in the New Moon and Libra, the dichotomy of having it hard and then having everything that maybe you could have ever asked for and more, or at least appreciating what is most important to you in life, really makes that more worthwhile, you know, because you've been there, you know what it's like, and you will appreciate all the blessings that are coming your way. And I think people see that about you. You're shining bright now because you've come out of the darkness and always persevered and believe that hard work, determination, and compassion for others is what'll get you far in life. So good for you, Part One. This is really, really beautiful. Let's get a closeout message for you from the Making Magic Oracle deck. See if we can get a card or two. Yeah, you're on the way to achieving amazing things, Part One. But just stay true to yourself, but I don't think I really need to tell you that anyway. Fairy magic. Respectfully working with the fairies and elements to achieve your goals. Okay, I'm getting strong earth energy from this reading. You've got here the Queen of Pentacles. The fairies remind me of earth magic in a way. So a group that I think is very, very grounded, very determined, but also because of it, I think will achieve amazing things in terms of actually manifesting a lot of like abundance or wealth in reality, following that ancestral wisdom to actually like make things happen, you know, staying in the moment and achieving your goals. So that's all I have for you, Pile One. What makes you shine is your ability to persevere through hardships and struggles, and to always believe that things can get better. Good for you. I really enjoyed this reading. I hope you did too. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and let's move on to Pile 2. Hello, Pile 2. You have the rune of Uruz. Uruz. It's actually associated with strength, physical strength mostly, but all forms of strength really, inner strength, strong perseverance, the ability to dig deep in times of strife in life. It's related to the ox. So generally about like brute strength, being able to push forward, to overpower your, I guess, any walls or obstacles that are in your way. So we'll see how that relates to what makes you shine as an individual, what makes you stand out in a way. And we'll get onto that with your oracle cards right now. Your first card is the Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Do those last. You have the card of dreams, number 39. Messages, signs, symbols, and guidance. Ooh, beautiful. You have number 33, chaos and conflict. Okay. Your Moonology cards. You have the disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, interesting. There's this disseminating moon here and the disseminating moon there in the dreams card. And your final card is the new moon in Virgo. You are good enough. Okay. There's a very, very strong sense of mothering yourself, self-love in this reading. Strong sort of like almost watery energy and compassionate energy. You have the Star Mother to start with. You also have the Virgin in Virgo. Virgo's being very giving, healing. They like to be of service to other people. So what I'm getting for you, Pal 2, is a very sort of like mothering, like giving, sentimental energy in a way, a very watery energy too. I'm picking up on strong sort of, even though you do have the full moon in Virgo here, picking up on strong like either Piscean or Cancerian energy of like wanting to give yourself over and be of service to other people, to help lift people up, to make other people feel better when potentially they're not feeling so great. Especially with the chaos and conflict card here and the disseminating moon, I think maybe there's something about you that knows how to sort of like nurture people when either they're not feeling so good, or maybe that's just a part of your inner being. It's innate within you, is this need to want to like create the best version of other people in a way and to nurture what can be in life. So potentially you are a mother. Remember to take what resonates, but I do sense a group that would do really, really well like being a mother, and that is what makes you shine. If you are a mother, I sense that you're a very, very good one. Your children absolutely adore you, and I think people can also see A, how great you are with your children, but B, how much joy it actually brings you to be raising children and to I guess being able to impart your wisdom and to guide other people in life. But I just see a group that would do really well being of service in general anyway. With the chaos and conflict card, this talks about, I guess, stripping away aspects of yourself so that you can actually come into essence with your true nature. It kind of reminds me of the Tower card in tarot, where things fall apart almost dramatically so that you can start again and build the life, the foundation that you're supposed to achieve in your life, one that is far more stable and it resonates at a core with who you are and what you're supposed to be doing in this life in a way. I am also seeing a group that I would say is probably very, very intuitive too, with the Dreams card here, signs and symbols, the Star Mother card with the mother on it being, well, mothers and women are the most intuitive, right? I just sense a group that is incredibly in touch with their own emotions and very, very intuitive. So somebody that I would say is probably very, very open and honest with people. You're very warm and comforting. You allow people to come to you in times of need. You know how to make people feel better. And I think there's a very, very soft energy with your aura. And that's what people appreciate about you, and what really shines bright about you is your ability to be of service and to help people out in need. With Urus here too, in a way, this really does talk about like brute strength and force, but it also talks about inner strength too. I just sense that this is somebody that knows themselves quite intimately, is very, very at peace and confident with your own abilities, and just know that you have an inner strength that you want to be able to share and impart on other people so that they can tap into their own essence and find out what's good about themselves, too. So a group that would do really well in service, maybe being a teacher also, I sense, teaching children, being a mother, as I mentioned earlier, but also somebody that I think is very, very intuitive and just has an ability to be able to know what to say at the right moment and to sort of help people out in need. So beautiful, beautiful, lovely, soft energy in this reading is what I'm seeing. I also sense too that you're a group that knows when you need to take time out. Pile 2, a lot of these cards here, especially the Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? The Disseminating Moon, take time out to breathe. And also the Full Moon in Virgo, you are good enough. All of these cards here indicate to me that you are somebody that really looks after your own needs. Or you've started to learn how to do that in your later life anyway. You're coming into a place now, I think, where you're putting yourself first as a priority too, so that you can, I guess if you are a very, very giving and loving individual, somebody that likes to be of service and to help other people out, you're starting to identify the fact that you need to fill your own cup in a way. So I guess maybe making boundaries too, especially with the Urus card here, the strength to actually to cut people off when you need to, and I mean that in the best possible way, so that you can regenerate and revitalize yourself, so that you can give over to other people more often and with, I guess, more vigor and authenticity. So a very, very beautiful essence, a loving essence. Yeah, strong motherly energy in this reading, absolutely. And that doesn't, you may be a man. This is gender neutral, of course. I'm just talking about the energy of this reading in terms of like your essence and how you'd like to be of service and give to other people. Beautiful. Moving on from that pile too. Let's get some further messages for you from the tarot to see what else makes you shine as an individual. What shines bright about you, what people love. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for pile number 2? I do also see here too, with the Chaos and Conflict card and the full moon in Virgo, you are good enough, that maybe there was a time in your life where you felt a little bit down and maybe you were going down the wrong path in a way, and those things had to change in your life so that you could tap into your real essence, which is one of like kindness, compassion, soft, loving energy. If maybe you're in the past, you were doing things that weren't good for you. This is a group also that I sense potentially may have had some previous addictions or bad habits. I think it's the people that are the most, I get really strong like empathic vibes from this group. It's the people that are most susceptible, very, very sensitive energy that sometimes in a way like find other mechanisms to try and shut off those emotions because you don't want to feel those deep, overwhelming sensations and emotions sometimes. So I sense that this group may have been through, in the past, remember to take what resonates, that may have been through some darkness and you've managed to cut away anything with the Chaos and Conflict cards here that wasn't serving you so that you can actually feel better about yourself now, like putting yourself first and actually relying on doing things that make you feel better about yourself as opposed to sort of either not dealing with certain emotions or problems or just potentially running away from them. So good for you if you've been through that pile too. I commend anyone that manages to come through any form of darkness in life and becomes a better person because of it. And with with Uruz here, that really does indicate to me that you have a lot of inner strength. And if you were going through some darkness, you really drew upon that like resilience within to get you through. So I commend you on that too. Ooh, you have the World card. Lovely. Which talks about endings and beginnings also, right? The World is all about like finishing one cycle and starting a new, better cycle where things get a little bit easier for you because you've learned the lessons of that previous cycle. And that really does tap into what I was talking about before, about potentially like going through some darkness in your earlier part in life, or maybe starting to come to a point where you're overcoming that. And you're starting to see the benefits of like putting yourself first and mothering yourself, like doing the things that you know you needed to do in order to make your life better, basically. And I think in a way that inspires other people to do the same around you. Your life purpose, potentially, pile 2, is to try and help people going through the darkness, because I sense maybe you've been there too and you have so much like love and compassion for people that have been through that or are going through it right now. But the World card also talks about like success, triumph, triumph in terms of overcoming anything that you may have been through, but triumph in terms of like anything that you apply yourself to, you have the ability to achieve. Any further messages, please, Spirit? Like the world is your oyster. Anything can happen in your life. You put your mind to it. Follow your dreams. Any further messages, please, Spirit? And the Hierophant, okay. Now, I was talking about like potentially being a teacher or somebody that likes to impart wisdom and insight onto other people, either through being a mother and helping raise the children into the people that you want them to be, or at least allowing them to develop their own sort of values and beliefs in life. But the Hierophant is essentially, I guess, the spiritual coach or the spiritual teacher. In the Standard Rider-Waite Tarot, it's the Hierophant or the Pope on his throne in front of two sort of disciples that are like actively learning from him in terms of like wanting to be better spiritual or religious guides in a way. I just sense that this group has a lot of like inner wisdom because I think you're a very intuitive and connected individual. Very strong watery energy here. Somebody that's very, very much in touch with their emotions and likes to and truly believes that your emotions are here to serve you. But B, I think because potentially, as I mentioned, you may have been through some darkness in your earlier life and you've overcome that you're able to now like impart that wisdom and guidance onto other people that maybe are going through similar challenges in life. somebody that I think drew upon not only your own inner strength and wisdom to help you through and to get to where you are right now, pile two, where I sense you're really starting to be in alignment and actually to trust yourself a little bit more and starting to really love and nurture the person you are as an individual right now in this very moment. But I also sense maybe did potentially turn to like religion or spirituality in the darkness to try and help you through. It was your guiding light in times of of challenges and feeling almost down and out. And so what I think really makes you shine, as I mentioned earlier, is your very, very soft, loving, compassionate, and non-judgmental energy. Somebody that likes to help people in need, to be of service or to teach and guide. But I think also what else makes you shine is people have seen somebody that has really come out of certain challenges in life as a more sort of wholesome and loving individual, and that's not hard, that's not easy to do. So I really commend you on this, pile too, for not letting the darkness sort of break you, there's a lot of indication of some strong inner strength and wisdom here, and you've managed to use that to the best of your abilities. Beautiful. Let's get a closeout message for you from the Making Magic Oracle deck. Spirit, can we get a closeout message, please, for pile number 2, who are... I just see a lot of love and compassion in this group, both towards yourself and your own needs, but, to those people that are in need. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 2. There it is. Oh, there's 2. Oh, there's 3. We'll read them all. So you have the Mystic Star. Harmony in the home and great friendships. Really, that's beautiful. Harmony in the home, like the mother that you are, in terms of wanting to lead people into being the best that they can, but a very strong nurturing, giving energy here too. You have the Labyrinth. Transition to higher levels of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. Yes, because you've been through the darkness and come out of it, and you've learned from those experiences. And your final card is the Power symbol. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Yes, how can you mother yourself and look after your own needs? Cut away anything that's not serving you. Like the full moon in Virgo, realizing that you are good enough and you deserve the best in life by actually eradicating anything in your life that's not working for you. This is really beautiful and very synchronistic. So I just get a sense that this group is probably very, very strongly connected to something beyond themselves, and that you may have turned to spirituality or religion or something, a higher power anyway, to try and help you through in times when you're feeling down and out, and that you need something to believe in, like the star above you shining bright. Beautiful energy in this group, pile 2. Keep loving and keep shining. That's all I have for you. I really enjoyed this reading and I hope you did too. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and let's move on to pile 3. Hello, pile 3. You have the rune of Gebo. Gebo is the rune of the gift. It's associated with giving or receiving gifts. But I think in this sense, maybe it's about you being a very giving individual. Maybe you are a gift to Earth in a way. Let's see how that relates to your oracle cards and how you shine bright as an individual. Your first card is Mintaken. Longing for home. Ooh, I've got tingles from this. Longing for home, belonging. The original light workers. That goes really well with Gebo, as I just mentioned, of being a gift and giving. Light workers are here to sort of give their energy over to help raise the vibration of humanity as we go through a mass awakening. So you may identify as being a light worker potentially. Remember to take what resonates. Moving on. You have number 7, To the Sea. You have number 35, Creativity, Imagination, Expression, Originality, and Passion. Ooh, I'm seeing a very strong theme here already, pile 3. Lots of watery energy in this already. The full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Okay. And your final card is the new moon in Scorpio, more water energy. Work through your fears. All right. Okay. Interesting. So, as you can see here, so much watery energy. All of these cards, in some way, have a very sort of like enigmatic, flowy, creative, watery energy vibe about them. You had the full moon in Pisces and the new moon in Scorpio, both water signs. Mintaken, which is the water planet that I think was apparently eradicated back in some sort of Star War back in the day. You have the sea card, and even the card of creativity. Creativity is generally associated with, I guess, the cups suit in tarot. Sometimes also, I guess, the wands, but it's more about like allowing your emotions to be tapped into and to guide and create something that is really, really beautiful and reflective of how you're feeling in a sense. So this is a group that I think is not afraid of your emotions, to show your true emotions off to the world. I think this is a group that probably allows your emotions to guide you in a way. Very, very, very intuitive and in flow individual. I think somebody that I would say is probably very, very, very spiritual also, in a way kind of similar to a previous pile. But with all of this water, this is a group that you may have some strong water placements potentially. So you may have a lot of like planets in water signs in your natal chart, or just somebody that I think probably feels very, very intensely. And I think in a way that makes you shine, because people see somebody that's very authentic and not afraid to show themselves off to the world. Like, this is a group that I think allows people to really see the true essence of themselves. When you're feeling down or you're feeling sad, you feel sad, and maybe you cry, or you tell people how you're feeling. If you're elated and you're happy, you shine bright and you show that off to the world. You like to, I think maybe your emotions in a way potentially like channel your creativity. This is a group that may have some creative talents too. Maybe being an artist of some degree. But I'm definitely seeing a group that probably has some strong, intuitive, insightful gifts with Gabo there. And maybe you've started to like channel these gifts into trying to help other people, you know. You may be a tarot reader, or potentially a psychic medium, or somebody that I think anyway likes to try and like lift other people up, I'm sensing. What I do see also with this group too, with the full moon in Pisces here and the balance, spirituality and practicality, and the Mintaken here, longing for home, it's this belonging, right? There's a sense that maybe you feel a little bit out of place or misunderstood. I think pile 3, especially with Mintakens are like the light workers that generally feel like they're never at peace with being on Earth. They feel most comfortable around clear crystal water. So maybe there's an essence within you that just never feels quite at home or quite sort of, you know, settled in this life. And I think maybe you're always trying to find that inner peace potentially. So I think what guides you in life, pile 3, is this sense of urgency and a sense of trying to like find your calling and find your place and path in life. And because of it, I think I get a vibe that this group is very, very staunchly committed to some sort of spiritual practice. That maybe spirituality is kind of your guiding light that allows you to tackle and overcome any sort of dark or really traumatizing hardships that maybe you've been through or you're currently going through. It's the people that I sense feel emotions the most intensely, that are the most vulnerable. So this group also, similar to another group, may have potentially had some addictions or some strong darkness in the past, potentially some mental health issues, some financial problems possibly, and you've really had to like dig deep to try and work through this. But I really do see a group that's here for a reason. you are here to help raise the vibration of humanity, I think. And you can do that in any way, Pile 3. You can do that by, like, you know, changing your life for the better by cutting away or eradicating any dark thoughts or activities or habits that are like beneath you and you know that aren't serving you on your journey to being the best version of yourself. Or you can do this by actively trying to help other people out in need too. But I do sense that things are starting to come together for you too right now. With the To the Sea card, this talks about starting to see how every aspect in life and everything that you've been through, in a way, has led you to being where you are, and it all has a greater purpose in life. Like, it's molding the person that you are, so that you can, I guess, tackle the next challenge in life, or actually learn to apply that in some sort of like beneficial way to other people or to humanity or the local community. But I do sense a group that's really had to go through a lot of ups and downs too. With the New Moon in Scorpio, work through your fears and balance spirituality and practicality. This is a group that sometimes may get lost in their head or tries to escape reality by doing things that maybe weren't good for you. But in a way, I think maybe you are a very creative individual and you're starting to channel those emotions or that darkness into something that is like quite beautiful and is really reflective of how you're feeling, and that is reflective of the experiences that you've had. So how do you help humanity? What makes you shine bright, Pile 3? I just see a very like sensitive, enigmatic, like slightly odd and quirky individual that has a different, unique outlook on life, and potentially has a really strong sort of creative talent that you can channel all of that like quirkiness into, and make that be your gift to humanity in a way. So this is my creative group, a very, very sensitive soul, I see. I think people see you as being a very sensitive soul. There's a very beautiful softness about you also, I think, and kind of almost a little bit of a gloominess to you, and I mean that in the best possible way. I think it's going through the darkness with the Mintakan card here and the New Moon in Scorpio. It's having been through that darkness or constantly experiencing that darkness that allows you to really appreciate the more beautiful times in life, and allows you to create something really, really beautiful that stands out and that people appreciate. So you are a gift to humanity, not only through transforming your own life or inspiring others to do the same, but through drawing upon the experiences you've had and channeling it into something really magical and beautiful. So good for you, Pile 3. I feel for this group though, because I think out of all of the groups that I've read for so far, this is a group that I think probably feels the strongest and probably has been through the most ups and downs. So just know that that's part of your path, Pile 3. That's part of who you are, and it's because it should be used into creating something more beautiful, you know. Moving on from that, let's have a look at your tarot to see what else makes you shine bright. Dear Spirit, can we get some further messages for pile number 3, my watery sort of enigmatic group. Speaking of watery, you have some more water energy here with six of cups. That doesn't surprise me at all. I do sense that maybe you have in the past had a tendency to live in the past, pile 3. You may ruminate over things that maybe didn't go well for you, or you might fantasize a little bit about how things used to be. But also I'm seeing with the 6 of Cups, it's a very playful, unique, a very playful sort of like childlike energy. I just think in a way that you do best when you allow that inner child to come out and shine. That goes really well with the creativity card here, in the sense that like when you're doing things that you love, pile 3, you shine bright and are feeling the most at peace in life. So it's about you finding those things that lights you up and that you are good at and that you enjoy doing, and focusing on those and really perfecting it and sharing those skills and those talents and that creative artwork with other people. Tapping into that inner child again and just having fun in life, you know, trying not to get too wrapped up in any dark sort of emotions, just working through them and moving on. Any further messages, please, for pile number 3? Ooh, and you also have the Ace of Swords. Okay. Insight and wisdom too. And a new beginning. The Ace of Swords is a new mindset. Once again, if you had issues with some negativity or potentially like some mental health issues, I see that you've worked through it, or you're trying to work through it anyway. You're learning to apply yourself to do the things that I think you know make you feel better in life. And potentially that could be like focusing on your creative talents too. Doing the things that make you feel better as an individual. And that's what I think gets you through and allows you to change your mindset. So there's definitely a need to try and shift your mindset to positivity. This is a group that could really do well with like positive affirmations in the morning, or telling yourself how much you love yourself and what you're good at, what your talents are. And also maybe like focusing on other people and doing that with other people too. Getting out of your own head and trying to lift other people up, because giving to other people in need is like the best gift of all, if you ask me, you know. What I'm really drawn to, once again, I love how this happens in tarot when I'm drawing cards, is the synchronicity or like the strong theme of certain colors in the cards. You can see this beautiful like turquoisey, like emerald green and light blue theme going through these first 3 cards. And even with the creativity card here, related to like your heart chakra and your throat chakra, of like following your passions and communicating that and sharing that with other people, you know. That is your gift. That's why you're here. To turn darkness into beauty and to transform and transmute any sort of darkness and overcome it in a way. Beautiful reading for you, pile 3. This is a group that I would say probably has a bit of a mission in life of like managing to transform your life for the better. Finding your talents and focusing on them and choosing to believe in yourself that if you focus on them, you can have anything that you've ever wanted, you know? Lovely. And realizing that everything that you've been through has sort of led you to becoming the person that has the ability to achieve amazing things. Let's get a closeout for you, message for you, pile 3, from the Making Magic Oracle deck. Spirit, can we please get a closeout message for pile number 3, my Ooh, okay, there's 2 that this card flipped over. You have the Philosopher's Stone. Powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. That's lovely. Okay. And the card on top here is the wishes coming true. Okay, those 2 cards really like, in a way, say the same message. Powerful manifestation of wishes and goals. Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. This is really, really amazing and beautiful. So everything that you've been through, pile 3, has led you to a place where I think you're becoming more confident in your abilities. You believe in your creative talents. You believe in your gifts of being able to like share wisdom and insight to those people that may be in most in need, to transform and transmute your life into a place where things are starting to get better for you because you've overcome the darkness. Just keep working at it, and you have so much to look forward to, because these 2 cards really align well to say that your dreams and biggest desires are on the way. You're being gifted with everything you've ever wanted in life, because you're here to help raise humanity, you know? Good for you, pile 3. That's all I have for you. What a beautiful reading. I thoroughly enjoyed reading for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading too. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let's move on to pile 4. Hello and welcome, pile 3. You have the rune of Tewaz, which is the god Tyr in Norse mythology, who is the warrior. And it represents nobility, like inner strength and justice, doing what's right and serving a higher purpose in a way, or serving a purpose that you thoroughly believe in. But we'll see how that relates to how you shine as an individual, what makes you shine the most, by looking at your oracle cards. Your first card is the card of the ever-unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. You have the third eye chakra. Number 36. You have the No Place Like Home card, number 50, beautiful. Your Moonology cards, you have the Gibbous Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. And your final card is the Full Moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. A lot of these readings have had a very similar theme. There's definitely an essence or a message of like drawing upon your inner strength power to overcome personal issues, or to get through some hardships in life. You've got the Full Moon in Cancer, personal issue reaches resolution to start with, but you've also got the Gibbous Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to getting there. You're very close to overcoming the thing that may be holding you back, or overcoming your own personal issues and demons. And the Ever-Unfolding Rose, this talks about like starting to realize that all of the things that may have happened that weren't so easy to deal with in your past, or that may have taken a toll on you mentally and physically, in a way were actually like a blessing, because, well, A, they're just different experiences in life, right? But B, they sort of mold you into the person that realizes why they're here, like is able to tap into like a strong sense of purpose and motivation in life to go after the things that you want with more vigor and vitality. I do like to think that like it's really easy to get really down on yourself if you've made mistakes in the past and you feel like you're not where you should be at a certain time in life. But time is an illusion to start with, right? Like, you're here for as long as you are, and you can turn it around and do whatever you want. Just start again. But also, really, like anything that you've been through that's really, really challenging, or that you may feel as if you've made a mistake or screwed up potentially, and you've had to start again. Not to get down on yourself, because those hardships, as I mentioned earlier, are just experiences in life, right? We're here to experience a whole gambit of like emotions and happenings in a way. And going through hardship, going through trauma, going through grief, losing people, losing things that we love, like losing a job, starting again. At the end of your life, you're going to be able to look back at it and go, wow, I went through so much, didn't I? What a journey that life was. I'm actually getting like a little bit emotional talking about it. Like, I guess I resonate with it a little bit in terms of having to go through so much turmoil and ups and downs. That the tumultuous nature of life is kind of what life is all about. That's the beauty of life, is feeling all of those different feels. And when you get to the end of your life, you can say, I experienced this and I went through that and I felt this pain, and oh my God, that was amazing, and that was elating and beautiful. And how rich and enriching is that, to know that you've gone through every possible experience and feeling in life. Like, that is rewarding in itself, you know? So this group, I think, is here to like understand that all of the ups and downs that you were going through, and I think maybe you've been through more ups and downs than any of the other groups, Powerful, are kind of like here because A, you were destined to experience them. I really believe that, Powerful. But B, like, they're kind of leading you towards like finding out who you are and what you stand for, what it is that lights you up, what you're passionate about, and what you value most in life, I think. So you're on a path of self-discovery in terms of like knowing yourself, but finding out what's most important to you. And I think that's really, really beautiful. And you're almost there with the Gibbous Moon here. You're very close to achieving your goal. If you are still going through certain challenges, I sense that you're starting to draw upon that inner strength and overcome those challenges. You're definitely on a path. It also kind of reminds me of, you know, the arrow, right? Of like following a certain path, or knowing what your path is and going after it guns blazing. I think you're getting to a place where you're becoming more committed with your passions and your values, Powerful. that you're getting to a point now where you're eradicating anything that was holding you back or standing in your way, and wanting to achieve certain things in your life. Like I think this is a group now that has got to a point in life where you're like, I want my life to be of value. I want it to mean something. And now that is your priority. And I think what makes you shine is the sense that you are finding yourself, and people can see you turning your life around. People can see that you've been through some ups and downs of maybe, like, in a sense, maybe not really knowing what your path was in the past, but now there's something that you found, or something has happened in your life. Oops, sorry about that. Something has happened in your life that is like created this sense of purpose, and you're going after that with a lot more control and determination. So good for you, Pile 4. This is really, really beautiful. And I also sense too, with the third eye chakra and like the arrow here, the warrior of having a purpose and wanting to go for it, I sense too this is a group that's starting to really trust that any sort of like inner beliefs that you have, or any guidance that you're receiving. If you have a thought, you know that that's coming from something bigger than yourself, and you're relying on that guidance to take you further in life. You also have the No Place Like Home card, and this is a lovely card in the sense that it talks about turning inwards in times of darkness to find that strength and light within you, and becoming a person that is really like at peace with who you are in life. So I think you've found confidence in your own abilities and a sense of purpose, and that's what is pushing you forward and driving you right now, and that's what's making you shine bright, is your determination to turn your life around and to serve like a common good, or a purpose that is inspiring to you. Powerful. Good for you. And realizing that everything that you've been through has molded you into this person that has the ability to go after these things now. So that's special in its own right, I think. Moving on from that, Pile 4, let's get some further messages for you from the tarot to see what else makes you shine bright in life. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for pile number 4, who have managed to find a path that works for them, and to commit to like making their life better in a way. Ooh, there you go. Your first card is the 10 of Wands. Okay. I love it when this stuff happens in tarot, where a card comes out that really sort of captures the essence of the message that I'm tapping into. The 10 of Wands is all about having too many burdens to bear. Look at this person. The querent in this card is so overwhelmed with the weight of the wands on his back that he just needs to take some time out and rest and have a bit of a sit to capture and to recoup his energy. I think you got to a point. It's also remembering it's a 10 too. 10s are the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So either you're at the point where you've put all these wands down and you've started again, Pile 4, you've found that path that you want to commit to and you're going after it now, or you're almost at the point where you're getting to a point, I think, where you're ready to start again and to lighten the load a little bit and make your life a little bit easier, to leave anything behind that wasn't working for you. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 4? It's also interesting that in the Standard Rider-Waite Tarot, with the 10 of Wands, the querent can't see. He's headed towards the village holding all of these like wands and a bundle of sticks, but he's hunched over. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain. He can't see how close he is to achieving his goal, how close he is to actually getting to the village. It's just there, but he's blinded by the wands in his way. I think in a way, as I mentioned, something happened recently, or you've found this passion within, this inspiration that is now like your soul's calling and you're going after it, and that nothing now can get in the way of that for you, Pile 4. So there's definitely a sense of like determination to make something happen. And I really commend you on that, Pile 4. You have a sense of purpose in life now, and that is your driving force. And you're trusting in any sort of guidance or wisdom that's leading you there, I think. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 4? But I also love the fact that you have the No Place Like Home card. Like, you're at peace with who you are now. You know who you are and what it is that you want, and that's not easy. Not everyone gets there, you know. You also have the 7 of Cups too. Okay, So this just does indicate to me that maybe there are like a few different like choices that you had. The Seven of Cups can talk about like having different options, not knowing which cup to choose. It can also talk about confusion, a little bit of illusion sometimes. But I think you've found your cup. You've found your calling. You've picked your cup, and it's the right one for you. You know what path you want to go down now. And as I'm saying that, I just saw 11:11 on the clock, which indicates to me that you found what it is that's important to you, and you're happy and at peace with that, right? And I also sense that maybe you have a strong sense of what's right and wrong. There's a strong sense of like justice in this reading too, wanting to serve a higher purpose or serve humanity or the local community in some sense. Maybe because potentially in the past you weren't sure what it is that you wanted from your life, or there were things that you needed to work through. Now that you've actually found something that is of value to you, you want to share that with other people, right? You want to share your enthusiasm, your passion, that inspiration for not only for life, but for the thing that lights you up, right? So, and that enthusiasm is infectious, I think. People can see that in you now too. The fact that you've turned your life around and you've found something that is meaningful to you is infectious to other people too. They can see how excited and passionate you are for life now. And that, in a way, is what lights you up too, right? Or people see as a shining light in your life. Beautiful reading for you so far, powerful. I'm glad you've managed to find something that is your calling, that is your purpose, you know. Good for you. You've put down these wands and you've lightened the load of your life again by committing to something that's most important to you. Let's get a closeout message for you, powerful, from the Making Magic Oracle deck. Spirit, can we get some closeout messages for pile number 4? That just flipped there. The power symbol, lovely. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Okay. That does indicate to me that maybe you did sort of cleanse away or cut out anything from your life that wasn't doing you any service. But I also sense you've come into a point where you just want to be better and kinder to yourself too. And so you're doing things now that are actively making you feel better about yourself, both physically and mentally. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 4? There's one more card for you. Oh, okay. We'll take those two. So you have the Time to Shine card, talking about what makes you shine. That's really beautiful. Creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Ooh, so things are like turning around in your life, powerful. You've got so much to look forward to in your near future. And your final card was a fairy magic. Okay. Respectfully, I'm struggling to read through the camera. Respectfully work with fairies and elements to achieve your goals. Okay. Golden opportunities are coming and you can achieve your goals. So whatever it is that you're now focused on, that is your shining light, that has given you hope and a direction in life, go after it and don't let anything hold you back from that, because that is the thing. You are on the right path, powerful. That is the thing that will lead you to achieving the life that you've always wanted and to having a lot of success in your future. So what's making you shine bright is your determination to make things happen in your life and to create the life that you want by following your dreams and desires and trusting in your own abilities to turn your life around. Beautiful reading for you, powerful. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.